What's up, guys? Jeremy Conn here. It's the Lowdown. It's all brought to you by Pickdawgz.com. Appreciate you guys checking this out. Please click the like and subscribe button. And if you click the notification button, it'll let you know anytime one of these gets posted. So let's start off with the concrete inner circle. I'll kind of talk about this in the beginning. If you like making big bets, placing larger wagers, this is a little pricier, but text inner circle to the number that you see there. Been a really nice couple of weeks here. I mean, hit my top play yesterday. I had my best bet on SMU, and they just ran roughshod, so didn't have to sweat them. What else did I have? I had Cincinnati, which was disappointing. I was on Missouri. That was disappointing, but I hit the Georgia Tech over, and I even called, if you wanted to parlay them, Pittsburgh in the over there. I just like the over more. And then I had a couple other, I do this every day where I'm just like, I'm going to impress everybody and remember what I did. Not impress anyone, just try to impress myself, but my memory's shit these days. Here's what I had yesterday. All right, so I had the under in the Tulane Temple game. That was a big play for me. SMU, Pitt, Georgia Tech, those were all top plays for me. I missed my NHL play with the under in the Flyers-Devils game. I mean, the Flyers had dropped 4 goals in the first. I was like, son of a bitch. So, yeah, you knew that one was over. I had Oregon. Still don't know how the Bulls and Wizards game went under, but I had the over there. Had the over in college with Southern Miss in North Florida in hoops. That one shot over the total. And Texas San Antonio won outright as an underdog. Overall, it was a good day. Just a little disappointed in 2 of those top plays that I felt really good about, and still looking at that Wizards game going, how did it not go over when you guys scored 130 some points in the first half? But that's the break sometimes with these games. So. But yeah, text inner circle to that number. I know I start rambling and get off on these tangents, but been really successful over there. Things have been good. I've been killing it with prop plays like I've talked about on Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football. I give out usually 4 prop plays with each game. My college football props that I gave out on Friday, 6-0 on Saturday. I gave them out on Thursday too, I think. 6-0. Every one of them hit. Yeah, I don't expect to be this good all the time, but I have been absolutely on a tear in prop bets. And again, like I was 6-0 in the NFL last week, 6-0 in college this week. I went 1-3 on Monday, 3-1 on Thursday. The 1-3 on Monday, I lost by a half a reception and 1 yard, or else I go 3-1 there too. That was my only losing NFL day. I did have a losing college day. I think I had a 3-3 day or a 2-3 day, and then another 2-3 day. But I started off the college season, I think, going 18-3 in college prop bets. So I wish I should have kept track of all this, but because it's not on the site, and like I said, I give the stuff away for free. I don't want to say I don't pay attention to it, but I don't keep up with that stuff. But my prop plays have been, dare I say, better than anyone in the country so far. I mean, it's just been that ridiculously good that I don't have a problem actually saying that. That's how good it's been. So. Yeah, anyway, but getting to that, if you guys followed those college prop plays, yeah, you probably made some cash. But with the concrete inner circle, if you, again, text inner circle that number, you can find out more about it. I'll stop rambling and go on with what we have for Sunday and a couple other things that I thought were interesting. And I may go back and add some prop plays to the plays I already have up. But we don't have a lot for today. So let me just go over what I had on Sunday. My favorite play, my best bet was Arizona. And as I said this, it's kind of funny. I was on Pittsburgh against the Colts. Then when the Steelers went out and faced the Chargers, my best bet was the Chargers against the Steelers. Then the Chargers went all the way across the country to face the Jags, who stink, right? I kept telling you they're a good home team. Take the Jags, they blow out the Chargers, and here's the Jags going out to Arizona, and here I am. Take Arizona. Now, I didn't do this on purpose. It's just how everything went. But it just goes to show you everything I've been saying about stop looking at last week and thinking that's who teams are, because it's not. It's a week-to-week league, and it's all about matchups and, who's the healthiest and when you're playing, where you're playing. I think those things are ultimately important. But Arizona ended up being my top play. I like the Cowboys and the Saints. Either one of those could have been my best bet. I was really big on them. I like New England and Cincinnati over the 50.5. I think people are shying away from that total because Jamar Chase isn't in the game. Doesn't matter. Cincinnati should not be able to stop New England. If New England gets stopped, I think it's their own doing. I think Cincinnati's going to score. New England just lost a big defensive tackle, and I think Chase Brown has a big game. So, there's a lot to look at there. I had Kansas City. I thought they were a good play at home. It's hard to get away from a team that you think is good, and They've lost back-to-back games, and now they get to come home for some home cooking. I like the Rams in Sunday Night Football, Pittsburgh, Chicago to over 46.5, and Minnesota, Green Bay under. I was on the 76ers Heat game to go over, on the Charlotte Hornets plus the points, Calgary, Vancouver under. And in college hoops, I like Northwestern and Clemson. Both are at neutral sites, and I feel like people are betting these games like they're not at neutral sites. Give me Northwestern and Clemson all day, every day. And here's what I had for anytime touchdowns. I had 7 of them, and I want to tell you I like these 2 long shots a lot, and I'm recording this before any of these games have happened. So, again, on Sundays, I try to record a little earlier than what I normally would just because I want to sit there and watch the NFL games, and I also have some radio responsibilities on pregame shows and things like that. So I like to have all my stuff situated, get my daily fantasy lineup set, all that stuff. But here you go. Jahmyr Gibbs, loved him, think he's in a smash spot. And it's weird because, like, yeah, you could get vultured by David Montgomery, but I still think Gibbs hits a long one here. He's the top running back play in my mind on Sunday. Trey McBride, what are you going to say about this guy? I mean, he's scoring 20-some fantasy points every week. He's getting into the end zone. He's getting like 16 targets a game. He's being treated like a true number 1 wide receiver. I like Travis Kelce. The Colts have not been good against tight ends, and if I like the Chiefs, why not like Kelce at home? I love Isaiah Likely today, and I know this is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but I'll say this. I am in Baltimore for people that don't know. I cover the Ravens. I have a radio show. I have a very successful radio show here in Baltimore, and the talk this week has all been, at least what I've heard, about getting Isaiah Likely the ball and how they want to get him more involved in the offense. So I think they go to him. I think Zay Flowers is an excellent play in that Ravens game. I think he has a big game. But there's 2 long shots that I love today to score touchdowns. Isaiah Likely was one of them. I like CeeDee Lamb and Jamison Williams. Yes, I did pick 2 Detroit players. I think Jamison Williams is going to hit a long one, and I think Gibbs punches one in. And my last one, the long shot of the day, is Luther Burden from the Bears. The position he plays, and he's been on the field more. So this is something where I think last week it was 61% of the snaps. He is a deep ball guy, and they are definitely going to use him against the Steelers. So, yeah, I'm going to take the chance that he gets in the end zone at nice plus money. The same thing with Isaiah Likely. He's more than likely to, get his 3 big pass plays down the field, and whether or not one of those gets in the end zone, I think they will, or I think it will. So give me Luther Burden and Isaiah Likely as my long shots for touchdowns. Now, not a lot to talk about on for Monday night. There's only the Monday Night Football game. I don't have spreads on these other games, but I wanted to bring up a few college games you guys should take a look at. I think Kansas, Notre Dame's interesting. Auburn, Oregon, Michigan at San Diego State. Now, I brought this one up just because I think San Diego State is usually a tough place to play, and they've always been a fairly good defensive team. I think last year their offense picked up a little bit. Could be a trouble spot. I don't know what the spread is. Again, I'll look more at this on Monday when everything comes out. But 2 big top 25 matchups, Gonzaga and Alabama and St. John's and Iowa State. Both of those games should be great. And should be a fun watch if you can stay up late. I think the Gonzaga game's late. I have to go back and double check that. But with all that being said, handful of nice games to look at, but it doesn't have to be a good game for me to want to bet it. I just try to fill in some more stuff here in case people aren't looking at those things and you want to watch the games. Now, what I do on the Sunday podcast going into Monday, because I am recording this on Sunday morning, I give the results of my algorithm for Monday night. And for the people that haven't seen this, I do come back in the morning and post them in the comments section once this gets posted, so you don't have to sit there and write them all down. And I'm definitely not going to make our video editor write all this stuff down. And it's just easier for me to copy and paste in the morning when I get in there. And I've done this before, guys, where I try to throw in a couple of prop bets. I'll throw in 1 or 2 when I post them in the morning that I like for Monday Night Football. But let me go through the numbers, and then I'll tell you what I like in Monday Night Football. Here's what we have, okay? Just bear with me. Brock Purdy, 275 yards, 1.88 TDs, 16 rush yards. I don't know. I have to go back and look to see how much Purdy ran last week. He wasn't asked to because they were ahead the whole time. But he runs a little bit more than you think. But again, coming off of injury, I don't know. Bryce Young, who looked great last week, 244 yards, 1.49 TDs, and 10 rushing yards. Rico Dowdle, 83 yards, 3.5 receptions for 26 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 75 rush yards, 5.7 receptions for 54 yards. Tet McMillan, 5.5 receptions, 78 yards. Xavier Legette, 3.3 for 38. Juwan Jennings, 4.7 for 62. George Kittle, 4.6 for 58. and Ricky Pearsall 3.8 for 55. All that being said, Carolina is at San Francisco. San Francisco is a 7.5-point favorite. 46.5 is the total. I feel like I've been reading these weeknight games really well. Hit both this past week. Called a Houston outright winner. God, it really does feel like I'm just patting myself on the back. Usually I'm beating myself up, guys, but it has. It's just been a nice little stretch. I mean, I'm hitting over 60% in the NFL and right around, well, I lost yesterday. I was around 60% yesterday. I didn't check it this morning in the NHL and trying to dig my way back in the NBA and college hoops. I'm going to get on fire in both of those sports, and just pay attention when I tell you that the heater's going, or if you hear me talking about, hey, it's been really nice in the NBA, jump aboard. My heaters are, I mean, look, whether they're short-lived or long, I'm one of those guys that, like, I have a lot of those days where I sweep the board. Like when I get hot, like, again, 6-0 in college football props, 6-0 last Sunday. I'm not saying it's something that you live and die by, but I've kind of noticed in years past when I start to get on this heater and then I say I wake up feeling dangerous, and that's kind of how it goes. Like you're seeing the board well, so then you start hammering some things and then getting into parlays and round robins, and that's what I used to do all the time, and the big days were really big. But also the bad days in round robins, if you're doing it all the time, the bad days can be really bad if you're missing. I mean, you got to hit certain amount to win, right? And I usually did like 5 teams in a round robin. If you don't know what a round robin is, I explained this last week. It's like boxing your lottery numbers, right? So you take, whether it's, let's say it's a 5-team round robin for 2-team parlays, that's 10 plays. So it just takes them and it parlays them all together, so you don't have to go, okay, I'm parlaying this team with this one, I'm parlaying that one, to have them all matched up. A 3-team, or I should say a 3-team par, 5 games that you put in there is also 10 parlays. So if you're betting $50, it's a $500 bet, 50 all the way up. So hope that makes sense. I mean, it's the easiest way to describe it is just saying it's like getting your numbers boxed, or if you're at the racetrack, boxing your horses. So, and then it parlays them all together. I think the over is the right spot. I am going to be on the over. I will post it with a couple of prop plays on Monday night. I'll give out 2 of those prop plays in the morning when I post everything else. But San Francisco's defense just gave up 400 passing yards to Jacoby Brissett. And I understand there was a lot of junk time. Their defense is awful. There's holes all over the field. And again, I don't know that Bryce Young is the guy that's going to come in and just pick them apart. I do think the line kind of stinks. Like, if you force me to pick the side, I'd take the Carolina Panthers here. But I think the over is the right play, and that's what I'm going to be on. So, guys, definitely check out Pickdawgz.com. I'll have my Monday night plays up either early in the morning before you guys actually watch this, or they'll be up sometime tonight depending on how my day goes. But I just wanted to look at some other stuff. I got some basketball and hockey to put up for the Sunday slate. And what else? Check out the premium plays. You guys can see the leaderboard and everything that's going over there. Been killing it in the NFL and NHL. Still working on some of the other sports to get back into the swing of things. College basketball, we'll get there. But there's a ton of great handicappers over there. If I'm not your cup of tea, there's got to be somebody for you. And even if you're just one of the guys that want to show up and watch the videos and you're not buying picks, hats off to you. I appreciate you guys checking this out. So hope you win some cash. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll be back in the morning to post the algorithm results.